Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the humble internet. My name is Ryan, aka the Ryman, and we're back for another little go in Ryman's bizarre adventures of katawa Shoujo. Now, for the next little bit, it's gonna seem like there's a heavy focus on this anime and other visual novel stuff on my channel, and that's because my game list, my game schedule list is starting to pile up a little bit. It's still a problem of mine, so what I want to do is I want to try and get these done as fast as I can. Still enjoy them, but look, if I wasn't on my Texas business trip a little bit back, I probably most likely would have been done with at least the katawa Shoujo season 3. So that's why we're here. Now then. Oh god, here comes the fucking letter again. This thing keeps coming back like fucking herpes. Like anime herpes. What would the equivalent of anime herpes be? I'm getting that out of my head right now. Time for another session of Ryan can't read, but he's gonna try and make words. I can immediately tell from the envelope it's not about official matters of any sort. Someone actually wrote me an old-fashioned handwritten paper letter. You really honestly don't see those anymore. Who bothers doing something like this in this day and age anyway? Yep, as unlikely as the prospect of receiving one sounds, there's definitely a letter lying on my desk. Wait. Are we implying, by the way, that he just woke up or got back home and this was there? Who was in the room? Who delivered that into his room, if that's the case? Does Kenji, like, moonlight as a mailman when he's not... Oh my god. Kenji as a mailman? Just breaks into your house to deliver your mail. The classes for the day are over. Still feeling pretty full from the big lunch that I had unexpectedly eating at the cafeteria. I returned to my dorm, planning on finishing my homework and probably skipping dinner. Shipping dinner. Fuck me. Or at least just eating light. I feel like I need to eat less than I used to. Maybe I don't use that much energy now that I don't do much beyond reading. However, the letter on my desk has naturally caught my interest. It's the first piece of mail I've received here at Yamaku, so it feels special even if it wasn't something as rare as a Hitler letter. Alright, wait. It just dawned on me. Does my boy Hisao, like, not talk to his parents? Oh my god! I don't think Hisao gets shit from his folks. In this universe there are phones. There are cell phones. Not a call, not a text message, no care packages? Look, I'm a family-oriented type guy. Like, when I was in college, I still kept close ties with my family, my folks. I was always talking to them over the phone. Every once in a while, my folks, they would actually make the drive out to Casanova, in case you were ever wondering what college I attended. They would actually make the drive out there so that we could all spend time as a family. My brother also attended the same school, so we all just got together. We go find some place to go eat, and just... My boy has arrhythmia! You gotta be careful, my boy. Hey, Hisao, he's got arrhythmia. And his parents, I don't even think I've noticed, stop by or call to ask if he's still alive. Unless there's something I'm missing. I mean, this is like one of those stories where Hisao, he has basically given us every detail of every day of his existence here. Wow, I'm sorry, yeah, this got kind of sad. No wonder my boy's got so many issues. Anyway, let's continue. What causes me even more trepidation is the name on the sender, written neatly on the back of the envelope. Iwanako. That bitch! I have no idea why she would write to me. I haven't even been in contact with anyone from my old school since I transferred. Or even my fucking parents. Dude, I know your parents are alive, but the fact that you have, like, no ties with them whatsoever right now, you're, like, 20% there to becoming Japanese Batman. Oh. My dude is the knife. There's no hope for me. Anyway, and Wako's the last person I'd expect to want to write me a letter. The last time I saw Wanako was terribly awkward. Hold on, do I have an option to skip this? I do, and I'll tell you why. Because this is going to, at least the third time we've seen this letter. Yeah, the bitch is telling us, I'm breaking up with you, even though we were never a thing. I'm sucking some other dude's dick. And he doesn't have heart problems. But best wishes to you. We're gonna find where this bitch lives. And we will, Hisao, you and me both. We are going to salt her garden. And I will leave it up to you, dear audience, to decipher that however you want to decipher that. Oh, man. You ever stop to think that maybe sometimes the FBI, like, watches my videos because they kind of have to do, like, check up on everyone online just to see what they're up to, and they come across my shit. It's like, oh, no. Boss, he's doing the katawa Shoujo again. You know what would be awesome is, like, they actually like this shit for some weird reason. It's like, oh god, he's doing the katawa Shoujo again, and like half the FBI department working that day gathers around. That would have, I think that would really cement the fact that this FBI has nothing better to do these days than to watch a no name on YouTube. Can I still skip this? Yes, because we know what it says. Oh, wow, we've actually seen a lot then, haven't we? Hold on. Because hold on, I'm browsing. I'm undressing this with my eyes because I gotta go by slowly just to make sure that I'm really not skipping something. I hope I didn't. I'm hoping I didn't. I'm hoping I didn't. Did I? Am I going to have to actually pause this to go back in my own series to determine if I'm accidentally skipping over something I haven't seen? Oh, but teacher. What you saw the other day. Oh, she's talking about a rock. Okay, I don't think I've seen. We've gone through the letter. So we're gonna see what the fuck this is. Thus, this is not nice music, by the way. Thus the languid days of mid-June pass by. I mail my letter to Iwanako and receive no reply. Having decided to ditch the old me I start observing my fellow students even closer than I did before, hoping to understand how other people cope with their own issues. I start seeing things I didn't before. It makes me wonder if I've been wrong twice. Superficially, everyone is abnormal, yet so strikingly normal that it shocked me at first. I admire the way my new schoolmates turn my prejudices around just like that, simply by being themselves. Now that I've gotten used to it, I begin noticing other kinds of tones in the people surrounding me every day. There's this soft, numb sadness all around me. That's called life, and that is literally everywhere. I can see the effort everyone has to make just to get through the day, and how it weighs on their shoulders, like it weighs on mine. Even the brightest smile is just slightly subdued. Every outburst of annoyance just slightly dampened. It's subtle, but it's definitely there. I try to think what it means, what I can learn from others. I wonder if deep down, everyone has lost as I am. Is there even one person here who has truly found peace? I start to feel doubtful about myself once again. I can't decide whether these people are happy, unhappy, or if they just learn to cope and now live in an unfeeling limbo like I did all spring. That you are literally describing adulthood right now. Everyone goes through that. Everyone experiences that. Everyone's experiencing it right now, like you. Yes, you, in that haunted house, surrounded by the ghosts, also watching this video. You're all experiencing the same thing. I just blew someone's mind. I escaped from these feelings into the towering piles of books I carried in my room from Yuko's sanctuary. After realizing that this has just shut me down even more, I started going to the art club's room more often, usually whenever I can. Rin, too, seems to spend more time in there than in her own classroom. I often see her totter towards the door at the very end of our corridor. That wooden door in the room behind it, smelling of paint and paper, seems to mean more to her than the rest of the world combined. She says she has special permission to use the room. Well, la-di-da room gets special permission to use the room because she does art with her feet. Which I don't doubt at all. I don't think Nomia. Don't you know me? I made that dumb joke last time. I don't care. I still chuckle. Would deny Rin anything. He seems to dote on her like an uncle upon a favorite niece. The object of his affection, however, has no favorites. She says she appreciates the teacher a lot for going the extra mile for her sake, but even when she says that, her expression is always the same. It's as if she was talking about a particular unremarkable rock that she saw the other day. I can't really figure out their relationship. Rin doesn't seem to let anyone close. I don't think even Emmy could say she's crossed the gap that seems to separate Rin from the rest of the world. I don't understand it. She seems so different, yet so passionate at the same time. Somewhere, the school bell rings. The last call of the day. Closing time. Open up the doors and listen. I've realized I've been zoning out for who knows how long. Dazed, I sit up straighter, trying to look as inconspicuous as possible. The pungent smells of linseed oil and turpentine mix in my nostrils as I draw a deep breath. I feel drowsy and lightheaded. It's already this late and a few club members left early, so it's just me, Rin, the teacher, and two other girls who are about to leave. Don, she's doing that thing again where she uses her feet. Rin is sitting to my right. I'm sorry. For a split second, I thought this thing here was a fucking fire extinguisher because I saw red. This just picturing Rin fighting fires. Slowly working on a painting while I'm idling the time away. I don't think she realizes I've been watching her this whole time. Okay, now... some people are gonna like this video for all the wrong reasons. Oh god, I'm fogging up my own glasses, god damn it. Oh, okay, we gotta get through this. With a nimble move of her delicate ankle, she dips the brush into crimson paint and presses it lightly onto the canvas. A stain spreads around as if the brush was bleeding. Her progress is slowed down to a crawl. By now I've learned that this is dangerous for her technique, as the paint must not be allowed to dry before she's finished. It occurs to me that I'm literally watching paint dry. And yet somehow, I'm not feeling bored, despite spacing out just now. Most of the time, the art club is very relaxed and freeform, apart from the times when Naomi gets really excited about some technique or style he wants to teach us about. Everyone is free to pursue their own interests. Lacking one, I keep floating around without a direction. I try this and that, but nothing really leaves me with a deeper impression. Not to mention that I don't seem to have a special knack for anything. Join the fucking club. Well, I did get praise for my attempt at watercolors. And finger painting! I feel like pretty good about that myself, but that's about it. Sometimes I like to eat the red paint because it tastes the best. I suppose it's to be expected. I joined the art club mostly on a whim, after all. I'm thinking that maybe I should quit the club if it's going to be this pointless. But there's nothing really wrong with pointlessness, and I can't exactly say I'm unhappy. Unsatisfied, maybe. But I got only myself to blame for that. As the pair of girls exit the club room with a cheerful bye-bye, Nomiya stands up from his desk. His chair scoots back with a loud screech that breaks the harmony of this quiet afternoon. He taps a pile of papers in his hands twice against the tabletop in order to straighten them, then stretches his back. I have a faculty meeting to attend, so I can't stay. I'll have to do some paperwork later, so if you want to stay, we can talk then. Sorry about this, darlings. There are two people here, but he's really talking to only one of us. Nomiya spends extra hours of his time monitoring Rin after official club hours are over. And I'll bet he'd like to discuss his plan of getting Rin's art into a gallery a little more. It's alright. I think I'll probably be here. But it's not a big deal if I'm not. I don't really have much going on now. Rin answers without moving her eyes from her work in progress. The tone of her voice is neither the polite kind expected when talking to a teacher, nor her usual monotone. So I won't need to send a search party if you aren't here? Yes. No thanks. I don't like to party. We can talk later. Rin gets a point. Her and I are in the same mental state about parties. Fuck them. Good girl. God damn, I can't do those lines in that voice. Oh. Smiling, the teacher picks up the rest of his papers and makes his way to the door. I glance at the clock above it and then at my watch to double check. They're 3 minutes apart, but nevertheless the club meeting time is over now. Rin seems intent on staying here to work on her piece while waiting for the teacher. Can't quite imagine what their one-on-one time would be like. Would they actually discuss anything? Rin is always so subdued in what she says. And when she does say something, it's difficult to understand what she's talking about. Maybe Nomiya just talks endlessly like he does at club meetings, letting Rin absorb what she will from his infinite well of art knowledge.
Like a sunflower turning to face the glowing sun.
Do you mind if I stay? Thought maybe I give the watercolors another try. I blurt out an excuse, sort of accidentally, embarrassing myself. Rin doesn't take her eyes off her painting. Okay. I shift around in my chair, then get to fetching a cup of water, brushes, colors, and some paper. The sound of my footsteps invades the still afternoon air. Before starting, I try to recall what the teacher told us. An important philosophy of the medium, working with watercolor means more working with water than working with color. I try to keep that in mind and dip my tiny sable brush into the water cup. I'm mixing yellow and blue, trying to capture the sunlit treetops outside of the window. The sun's low, so the yellows are more pronounced and everything looks darker. I still can't quite connect what I see with my You want to try that again, Ryan? Okay, Chief! I still can't quite connect what I see with what my hands does with the paints, but it's a passable attempt for my level. After a while, I start losing my focus and move the paper aside, deciding to watch Rin for a while instead. That little while stretches into a long while, then into a really long while. Then you realize you've been staring at her without blinking, Hisao. Rin paints, her entire being fully concentrated on the brush between her slender toes and the painting coming to life in one stroke at a time. She seems determined and yet at the same time relaxed, effortlessly moving the brush around, never hesitating. Colors meet and part, mix and cover each other on the canvas, bending to her quiet will. I don't know anything about composition, structure, or any of that stuff, but I really like Rin's painting. I get a Warhammer vibe, but maybe that's because of the skull. I like how she looks when she paints. As usual, the silence between us compels me to speak rather than merely wait for her to open up. She might end up saying nothing at all. Do you mind if we talk? I don't mind. I kind of wanted to ask you more about why you get so weird about this thing the teacher wants to arrange for you. Rin picks up a tube of paint and squeezes it between her toes on the palette almost as easily as someone with opposable thumbs would. Taking up a brush again, she replies, "Oh, look at the face. A lot of things. And some not things. Unthings. I think that's a word. We can make it a word. It's the internet. You can do anything you want. Do you want to talk about it?" I try to reach out to her clumsily, ignoring the embarrassing feeling of awkwardness. Rin keeps her focus on the painting, spreading more and more paint. Hold on. Goddamn dinner, don't come up now. Her lips forming a perfectly straight line as she concentrates on the job. Not really. Talking is hard. I mean, it's not hard. I'm talking even now. But saying the right things is really hard. Oh my god, put another point on the board. That is on so many people's level right now. I can't talk. I mean, I talk, but I can't talk. Do you know what that means? I know what that means. I don't know what I mean, but I know what I mean. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm gonna mind fart this. Hold on. Relatable! No matter what, I just can't say the things I want. That sounds weird. No, it makes sense! It's true. I say all kinds of things that I don't really mean all the time. And sometimes I forget words, and then I use the wrong words. I even come up with new words for the things that already have some. That's the worst thing. Oh my god, that literally, word for word, in that exact fucking order, sums up my speaking. My understanding of the English lexicon that hits so hard to close to home. It's not even funny. Okay, I know most of you people, because most of you are intelligent human beings, but have some of you ever experienced this weird thing in your head when you're speaking, where two words come to mind that you want to use, but apparently your brain can't figure out which one exactly you want to use, so you end up combining both of them and spew out nonsense. I understand. I get really nervous and everything comes out a mess, and even I don't really understand what I want to say. I think there's something wrong with me that makes it like this. Remember when I said I could only think of 4 things at the same time? I nod wordlessly, vigorously, almost violently. I mean, not really 4. I mean, it is 4, but everything else is also there, kind of, in the background. Like being at an amusement park and a beehive at the same time. But that's not the point. I used to do better. Like 6 or 7 things. I think so, at least. I feel like I'm becoming dumber. I think everyone has times when they feel like they can't say the right things. But it's there all the time. Stronger and deeper. Yeah, deeper is a good word. I like that word. Deeper. Again, some people are going to be liking this video for the wrong reasons. It's that feeling of being underwater. Maybe it's just art. The more I paint, the more words I forget. Maybe at some point I'll forget how to speak completely. It feels like I'm slowly forgetting everything. Do you remember what you thought about things 3 or 4 years ago? Rin, I'm gonna be upfront and keep it a buck with you. I don't remember what I had for breakfast. I don't remember what I was doing like 10 minutes ago. Okay, I remember what I was doing 10 minutes ago looking at my watch. I was playing this game. Bad example. I can't remember what I was doing prior to recording. I don't. A long pause ensues, during which time she seems to bend around itself, almost tying itself into a knot. I don't think I've ever heard Rin talk this earnestly and for so long about anything before. It's like I'm fading away from the world. Rin's foot has stopped its work on the canvas and she's staring at her painting, unmoving, as if gazing at some faraway horizon. Sunlight briefly glints in the corner of her onyx eyes. Something floats up into the top layer of Rin's being, and she lets out a strong breath. Then she blinks and it's gone! Paintings stay behind. When I look at my old things, I remember what I was thinking back when I made them. They make me feel like I can be with all the past mess when I was a different me. I guess they're proof of my existence. She uses the exact same words Naomi used when he spoke to us of the nature of art. I don't think Rin was paying any attention back then. I wonder if she was listening, or whether she had heard the same passionate speech from Naomi before. Either way, I feel overwhelmed. Boy, are you complicated. I would have taken up writing a diary. Her eyes quickly flickered in my direction, and then back to the painting, but she doesn't pick up the brush anymore. That's a great idea. Why didn't I ever think of that? Are you being sarcastic? What's sarcasm? I don't know if she's joking or not, and frankly, my brain is starting to fry trying to figure that out. I don't call her on the joke if it is one. Right at the moment, Naomi returns from his meeting. That was a short-ass fucking meeting. What did he do? What did he just, like, burst through the doors like, I'm here, bitches. I'm here to report that I'm still fabulous. Now, suck a knob. I need to go back to my art room. Okay, Naomi, keep being you. We're super proud. He waves to us a very melodramatic hello, mildly surprised to see me here along with his pet student. Walking with a boisterous gait to his desk, he drops the papers upon it. He picks up a handkerchief and cleans his glasses with incredibly meticulous care before walking over to us. Before he is within earshot of us, Rin says something to me, quick and quiet voice. Change is the scariest thing in the world to me. And I seriously don't know if I want to change into a person who could do the thing the teacher wants me to do. I don't know if I could even... I don't know if I could even if I wanted to. Hello again, darlings! Hello. What's going on? He smiles a bit sheepishly, looking at both of us with unabiterated interest. Nothing. We were just talking about that thing with your acquaintance and the gallery for Rin's work, sort of. Oh, any decisions? I looked at Rin, who was trying to arrange the bothered expression on her face into something else. I'm looking over to my right, making sure that I've been actually recording this whole time. I probably would have cried. Oh, fuck me. I look back to my left, and there's decisions. Anyway, I don't think I have much else to say other than that you should go for it. I think you'd be a hit. It isn't like you to hesitate like this, because you would be excited. I'm throwing that one out. Rin does not come across as the kind who'd go do something because it looks exciting. The running thing that we were at for Emmy looked exciting. And Rin would basically have this enthusiasm I do when I go to sport events. So, narrowing this down to, I think you'd be a big hit, or it isn't like you at all to hesitate like this. I don't know if this is one of those destiny-changing things, but I put in my mind that every decision is, so we need to examine our options here carefully. I think you'd be a big hit. Part of me kind of wants to say I think it'd be a big hit, but
I mean, that would just literally be me speaking, like, trying to be nice, but at the same time, I would even hesitate probably about saying that. And the only reason I think I'd hesitate about saying that is because knowing Rin up to this point, literally everyone trying to coerce her into doing this is saying, oh, you're amazing, you'd be a great hit. She's probably heard that enough. It isn't like you at all to hesitate like this. Sounds like it would actually open up some interesting more bits of dialogue, and I'd love to just pop open that brain of hers and hop in. It'd probably be something horrifying to witness, but at the same time, fuck it. I'm too deep into this rabbit hole. This isn't like you. You told me that people should do things they can't just because they can. I would tell people that you should do things they can to spite the world. You would be amazed the wonderful things you can accomplish through spite. I would probably tell Rin that. Hey, you should go do this and be a huge success to spite everyone. And now you're being all wishy-washy yourself about being something this important. I don't think I want to talk about this. I'm going. Rin stands up and trots out of the room without anyone saying anything more. I'm sorry, I think I screwed up the chance for anyone this season of seeing boobs. Don't worry about it, darling. She'll be fine. I'm sure. I'll talk to her later. Noya looks at me over his circular pink glasses, smiling sympathetically. You've made friends with her, then, Nakai? Well, something like that, I guess? Depends on how you look at it. To be honest, I'm not really sure. It's more like me and Rin just tend to hang around each other regularly, talking or not about something that more often resembles some twisted mockery of philosophy rather than normal, everyday things that friends chat about. Hisao, I think that makes you friends. Have you been around the conversations that my friends and I go through? Nothing has meaning in this world. Well, that's good, isn't it? You're a new student, and we should be promoting integration into the student body and such. I can't remember all the buzzwords they spew at the faculty and Yamaku Foundation meetings, but that's how it is. Tezuka isn't the most social person around these parts either. Heh, that's definitely true. She still has nothing on my main girl, Hanako. So she's talked about my suggestion to you? Oh, no, not really. I think it's been more like me pressing her to decide something. Maybe I shouldn't have. No, I'm sure it's fine. I'm too soft with her. Even when I shouldn't. I don't really know how to handle Tezuka. She's so independent and willful. God, why with the tongue again? God damn it, dude. I wonder... Okay, so apparently this is how he's talking with his tongue out. Let's give it a whirl. I wonder if you will ever give her the offer who got this... Oh, God. We can persevere. Guys had a young family like that. That nearly killed me. Oh my God. He chuckles ironically to himself a little bit, turning to face Rin's latest work, which she left drying on the easel. She departed so abruptly that I wonder if she considers it finally finished. Now, let's see the painting then. He leans in closer, peering at the canvas. Get too close, dude. Personal bubble. It draws you in,
doesn't it? Nomi stands back straight, his face a dreamy and nostalgic visage. I don't answer him, as he seems to be taking my agreement as a given. I sometimes stay here after hours just to look at Suzuka's paintings. She's really just prodigious. And at such a young age, I get shivers just thinking about what she could become with a few more years of refinement. You ask what makes an artist, remember? This is it. They take a piece of the world and reshape it in their own image. Metaphorically, of course, unless you have the Infinity Gauntlet. I don't think Rin could use the Infinity Gauntlet. She's kind of lacking some, the tools necessary to wield that. Looking at her makes you wonder what the world will be like through her eyes. It's a wonderful thing to be young and full of passion. The most extraordinary time of your life. You would do well to remember that, Nakai. Yes, sir. It's so silly. People always ask artists where they get your ideas, as if ideas were something sold at the market for pocket change. You can't explain inspiration for people like Tezuka. It's like breathing. It's an instinct. And it's maybe one or two with the same kind of raw potential. But no amount of potential will amount to anything if one doesn't work to realize it. It's practice, technique, skill. Draw for an hour every day for a few years, and even the most hopeless case becomes a possible artist. Tezuka is not brilliant because she was born with a natural talent for this kind of thing. She's brilliant because she works harder than anyone, ever since she learned to hold a pen, most likely. And all of it with a fee, no less. Absolutely phenomenal. Silence finally lands in the club room as Nomio lets himself get drawn back into Rin's painting, gently murmuring acceptance towards the still wet canvas, and I would probably, while he's distracted, start inching my way to the door. No, Issa, let's just continue this conversation. What kind of things do you paint yourself? As if waking from a reverie, he looks at me, surprised at my talking to him. Oh, I don't. Not anymore. I've become an art teacher only after my career in the field came to an end. Now I just pass on knowledge to the next generation. The way Nomi answers is curious, both giving and withholding information. I feel like asking more, but he cuts in before I get the chance. Now you should run along, my boy. It's almost dinner time, isn't it? Yes, sir. Have a good evening. You too. I quickly collect my things and dart the fuck out of that room, leaving the teacher alone with his music. The weekend will be here soon. It's amazing how fast time flies here. I promised Emmy I'd join her for the time celebration of her triumph at the track meet last week. That should be plenty of fun. Do-do-do. Yeah! Well, right like that, because I got it right. I would have felt stupid if it didn't. Are you sure you want to go? Alright, you know what? We're going to leave it on the cliffhanger. Who the fuck my boy's talking to. Okay, so things happened. I most definitely probably screwed the chances of the good ending with, like, going, it's not like you to hesitate. But what the fuck ever. If it goes bad or if it goes whatever, I'll probably throw in an extra bonus episode, whatever the fuck. I don't know. Daddy's tired. He's gonna like save he's gonna save this. He's gonna take a 5-minute break before I go record Major Minor. It's gonna be a long night. But if you enjoyed this in any way, shape, or form, guys, Umbrella Logic Cake? What? Anyway, if you enjoy this in any way, shape, or form, give the video a like. Subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. Spread word about this little empire of ours, guys. I don't claim to have the best content on YouTube, but I like to think it makes some people chuckle. That's really the main reason I do this. I don't get paid for this shit. Just like to make some people laugh and make them feel like they had a good, better day. On that note, I want all of you to stay awesome out there, guys. Adios.